There's been a lot of talk about wireless mics. Wireless mics, specifically with 32-bit float. You could even make the assumption if you have a wireless mic without 32-bit float, at this point, you're behind the power curve. If you're like me and you live, sleep, and eat YouTube, then you've seen the abundance of reviews when it comes to wireless mics that have 32-bit float. But no, I didn't fall into the influencer trap this time. I said no. It's not a big deal. I don't need a wireless mic just because it has whatever this is called, this 32-bit float. Ironically, I ended up doing an event, and the event was a lot louder than I anticipated. Actually, the volume levels were up and down. Long story short, I couldn't use the audio that I wanted to use for the event for my customer, and I ended up running with plan B. Always have a second game plan. Don't ever run into a situation or do a project without having at least two plans. So anyway, after that, I started thinking to myself, okay, maybe had I had a mic with 32-bit float, that would have went a lot better than I wanted it to. And so, once again, I am forced to look up information, primarily YouTube, using YouTube for that information to see if this whole 32-bit float mess is even worth it. And in doing so, now we're here to discuss the Rode Wireless Pro. Before we go any further, just letting you guys know, this video is not sponsored, definitely not sponsored by Rode. I did get this product with my own money. So just FYI. One thing I do like about the Rode Wireless Pro is the design. Just how the logo sits on top of it, I think that looks pretty dope. It looks professional. It doesn't look as cheap as the other models did. They just seemed very basic and almost not toyish, but cheap. The general content of the Rode Wireless Pro, you're obviously going to get one receiver, two transmitters. Green light lets you know that it's turned on. Red light lets you know that it's recording. But there's something to that red light, so just hold on. And lastly, the blue light. When it is not connected, it will blink. As you see here, when I take the transmitter out, the light's blinking. I'm still able to record. It's just not connected to the receiver. But when I take the receiver out of the case, you can see now that the blue light is solid. It's letting me know that it's connected. And you will also see that on the receiver's screen as well. What also comes in the package is a charging case for your transmitters and receiver. I like what Rode did with this. Instead of having to charge your receiver or your transmitter individually by itself, now you just put it in this little case and they charge. You can take them out when you're ready to use them, and when they're ready to go, you'll see, and you just shoot them back in and the light will let you know if it's charging or not, and that's it. It's good to go. The case is pretty sturdy. I would say it's not extra hard, but it's definitely, it'll protect it. It'll definitely protect the mics in here without damaging them. Oh, and this is how you're able to charge everything at the same time. You have a USB-C connector at the back of that. Focus, please focus. As you can see, there's a little button back here you can press to see if the charging levels are good or not. So that's also hella dope. I like that. With this mic, you definitely have some options. Now, for the charge time or how long the battery lasts. You got 7 hours. But remember when I told you there was something about that red light just a minute ago? You are able to record on your camera using the mic, or you can record internally. Rode says onboard recording for 40 hours. You have 40 hours to record internally. So if in fact you catch an event, you got your phone, but you don't have a decent mic, all right, I don't know why you would have this in your pocket, but maybe you do. I just thought about it for a second. But anyway, maybe you have your mic with you. Damn. Maybe you have your mic with you and you're wanting to record. You are able to just press and record. What's happening is you are getting 32-bit float recording as you're recording internally. Now, if you were using the mic on your camera, you set it up on your camera, you take the receiver, set it up on your camera, you're not recording in 32-bit float. At first I thought, well, what's the point? But then I thought about it. If you are recording from your camera, and let's say for some strange reason that audio gets jacked up or something happens, the audio goes out, the receiver and the transmitter aren't talking, something just weird happens, and you don't get your audio. Well, if you remember to click the little button, turn your recording on, you're good, because all that audio is saved internally. So really, it's nothing to worry about. Now remember, when you start recording, make sure you hit that button, make sure you see that red light, and even on the receiver, it'll tell you if it's recording or not. But just keep that in mind. I think that's a really great feature that will save a lot of us a lot of headache, a lot of time, a lot of stress and worry. Gain assist. Gain assist is another feature of this product that I specifically love. In this talking head, before I actually start talking to you guys, I have to tweak my volume on my camera to make sure that whatever's being recorded doesn't come out too loud or it doesn't come out too low. So if I turn the volume up, and let me just turn the volume up real quick just to show you what I'm talking about. If I turn my volume up on my camera, and it's at level 12, and I'm just going to turn it up right now. I'm talking the same way I've been talking, but I'm turning the volume up. You will hear that the gain from the mic is getting louder, but if I turn it down, and I turn it down past the point of where I had it normally, you will see that it's actually lower. Hopefully you can hear me. So this is what you call setting up your gain. I think I had it right there at 12. Okay, we're good. It's just a part of setting up your audio levels. Well, with the Rode Wireless Pro, you don't have to do that. You have auto gain assist and dynamic gain assist. Auto gain assist, Rode, the website says auto's best for when your audio levels are going to be jumping around a lot. So maybe you're at an event, you got the highs, the lows, everything's going around. It's a lot of sound from every in which direction. This will probably be the best setting. Dynamic, more so for controlled environments like this one. This will probably be the best setting for the dynamic gain assist setting. So 32-bit float. I'm gonna have examples after all this just to show you guys the audio levels and the quality of what this mic sounds like versus the Rode Wireless Pro. But in explaining what 32-bit float is, bear with me. So we measure sound or noise level by decibels, okay? With 32-bit float, it is a audio range. It's a bit depth range, okay? Stay with me. So let's use this for example. Let's say you're at a concert and the concert, someone's measuring the sound. Why they would be doing that, I don't know, but we don't care. And the audio level is 60 decibels. Because again, we're talking about noise, we're talking about sound. And you're recording and you have a microphone where the bit depth rate is only 8 bits. The chances of that audio coming out nice and crisp and you can tell what's going on in the video, it's not going to work. The bit depth doesn't have enough range to cover the noise and the sound of all the audio that's going on. So you got 8, 16, 24, and have you 32 bit depth now. With 32 bit depth, you have an abundance of audio range for recording. So essentially, the louder things are, the mic will be able to handle it. Now, on the same foot, here's what's interesting. You can also have levels that are too low. Naturally, when something's too low, you tend to turn up the volume. Well, that introduces white noise. Definitely something you don't want to hear in a professional video or something you're making for a client, right? What this mic has the ability to do is quiet that noise while also bringing up the volume level so you can actually hear what's going on. Or I'm sorry, it's not going to bring up the volume levels itself. Obviously, you got to go into post-production, take the audio file, bring the audio level up. And what that audio level will do, well, what it won't do is introduce that noise that you would typically hear. And I'll give you some examples of that just so it's clear to you what I'm actually talking about. So I mentioned before, I'm a seer. Don't tell me to read anything, I'm a doer. I see it, I can do it, I got it, okay? That's essentially what we're gonna be doing. Well, not essentially, that is what we're gonna be doing. I'm gonna take the Rode Wireless Pro out, and I'm gonna take this mic out and see how the sounds compare. I want you to hear how the sounds compare. I'm not gonna be looking for anything super crazy, just a normal everyday environment. And I wanna know how the audio levels fare up against each other. At this point, I would say it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. It's definitely fitting for that phrase. But anyway, let's take the wireless Rode Pro. Did I just mix that up? The Rode Wireless Pro out and this bad boy and see how they sound. It's another nice hot day in Texas. Now remember, guys, with this audio, there's 2 different sources at play right now. The mic on my camera and the Rode Wireless Pro. So keep that in mind when you're listening and trying to figure out which audio sounds the best, at least, okay? Again, we have 40 hours of internal, or what Rode would say, onboard recording with this mic. And I'm sweating. Of course I'm sweating. I'm bald and it's hot. All you bald warriors out there, stay true. And of course, first things first, we need some gas. So let's talk prices. The Rode Wireless Pro is $399. I don't think they have a lower version of it. I could be wrong, but as I was looking, I didn't see anything, other than $399. I know there's the Rode Wireless Me. I haven't looked into that, but I think it may be a totally different system. But all right, and we are off to our next destination. Filled up, make sure I didn't do anything stupid. I have a weird paranoia with accidentally leaving the gas pump in the gas tank, so I always look back to make sure that's not the case. All right, first stop, car wash. Well, actually, second stop, not first. Hi, how are you?
What are you?
So since we're here and we're testing this mic, I got something to say. I actually have enough viewers now where I'm pulling in data. And I'm actually seeing that a lot of y'all are not subscribed. Which is cool, it's cool. I appreciate y'all watching, but hey, if you don't mind, like and subscribe. I would appreciate it. It doesn't help me any, it doesn't give me anything. It's just nice to know people are watching my content and they're getting something out of it. That's what makes me happy. I definitely don't do this on a regular basis. Honestly, I haven't been doing it on a monthly basis, you know? I don't want to get burnt out. You see a lot of YouTubers now just stopping, or they're burnt out, man. They're tired, and I don't blame them. It makes sense, you know? I just don't want what I like to do or my passion, my hobby, to become my job. Because then you lose the love for it. And after you lose that, what else is left? So, yeah. But I appreciate you guys watching. I really do. But, yeah, like and subscribe, man. Please. All right. Okay. Now that we're on the highway and we got some real wind blowing, let me know what this sounds like. I have a tendency to try to speak loud because of the wind, but I gotta remind myself, just talk normal. You know, I'm curious what you hear from the microphone coming from my camera versus what you hear on the Wireless Pro. Just based on what 32-bit float is about, I'm willing to bet this mic sounds a whole lot better. That's what it was designed for. But you never know. You never know. And forgive me if there's a lot of noise coming from my camera. I can see the mic shaking. So I apologize for that in advance. This is the final and last test before we make it home, and we're going to call this the whisper test. How does it sound when I'm whispering? When the noise behind the whispering for each mic, I don't even know if you can hear me on that mic or not. I'm willing to bet you can, with all the car noise and whatnot, but it's very possible you might actually be able to hear me even right now. But yeah, tell me, how does it sound? Are you able to hear me? Are you able to hear me clearly? Let me know in the comments below, because I'm kind of curious. Alright, so what did you guys think about the audio? Was it good? Was it bad? Did it surprise you? Was it not so surprising? Let me know in the comments. I would really like to know what you guys think. I think it's a good product. I think it's worth investing in. I'm not a Rode loyalist, but when it comes to Rode and microphones, this is what they do. They make mics. So if you're gonna ask me between the DJI wireless, which is the other competitor to this mic, and the Rode Wireless Pro, I would likely suggest to you the Rode Wireless Pro. Now, if the shoe was on the other foot and someone came to me and said, hey, I'm looking for a drone, what do you think I should get? it's no question. I'm going to recommend to them a DJI drone because they make drones. They have a plethora of drones in their catalog. Drones is what they do. So this is my logic in getting the Rode Wireless Pro before the DJI wireless mic, or I don't know what they actually call it. That might be the name of it. I don't know the name of it for sure, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Rode makes mics, so it just makes sense. Okay, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Like and subscribe for your boy, please, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace, love, God bless.